Hi, I'm Maria Shaw, and I'm hanging with In Touch. Okay, so Jovi is a Leo and Yara is a Gemini, and those two, believe it or not, are compatible. Those two star signs are very compatible because they're fire and air. Now, Yara is Gemini, so she's got the two sides. She can be moody, she can be up, and she can be down. And Leo people, they are so much fun, as we've seen on this last season of 90 Days. They're either alcoholics, workaholics, or shopaholics. They have to be obsessed with something. But I really believe that these two can make it. My prediction for them is they can make it. And I'm going to tell you why, because we know that Yara was not happy living in New Orleans. She'd rather be in a big city, a lot going on. But I think it's the family component that brings them together. Jovi has a really, really strong Cajun family. And I think that they've embraced her. And now with her having the baby, she needs that family unit. But also she's a very good business person. So I think as long as she's doing her, her clothing line and all of her other businesses and her social media, that's going to keep her busy enough. She gets bored easy being a Gemini, but Jovi will keep her on her feet. Rebecca being the Aquarius and Ziad being the Capricorn. This relationship is going to go through a lot of tests, a lot. And Ziad being a Capricorn is traditional, old-fashioned, has very strong opinions, especially when he feels like he's more empowered. Coming to the United States, he felt like a fish out of water. He really didn't find his place. Once he gets situated, stabilized, we're going to see the Capricornic energy come out, and he's going to be a lot more demanding, a lot more opinionated, and he's probably going to try to put some brakes on things. I think that the biggest downfall for Rebecca being an Aquarius is that she has a really hard year coming up next year. Astrologically, it's going to be a tough year for an Aquarius, and her insecurities with the age difference are really going to show up in this relationship. And I think that between that, him speaking out more, him being more demanding with what he wants from this relationship, and her insecurities. So I think we're going to see a lot of problems. There's a chance that these two may not make it, unfortunately. But I think the biggest issues are going to be trust issues because of Rebecca's past, and Ziad coming into his own and needing to step up and be the man. I mean, very old fashioned, and his culture too, being the man. And she may not want him to always be the man, except in the bedroom. When you see a sign born before you or right after you, we call those neighboring signs. And quite often, if you believe in the theory of reincarnation, there's kind of like a past life connection. So these two feel like they're kind of karmically supposed to be together. There's a fated quality, a destined quality, and how they came together, is unusual anyhow. But I think we're going to see a different side of Hazel. She didn't really show 100% her true side. I think there's two sides to her. And I think that she's going to have a way of making Tariq feel guilty. I think that I must say this, hopefully I don't offend her, but I think she's a big whiner. I think she whines a lot. It may not always have been captured on camera. Tariq, I think he's finding his space with this. She's kind of told him what he can and can't do, and he's going along with it to keep peace. But this couple is going to go through some challenges because of her, not because of him. I think he's older. He's past his midlife crisis. He's in it for the long haul. This is going to be the wild child, or Hazel. And I think they're going to have some challenges with her kind of growing up, emotionally maturity, that type of thing. I mean, she's not real young, but I just feel like these two have got some work to do with communication. And I feel like that she's going to be like this. She's going to throw her tantrums, throw guilt parties on him and stuff. But I really think he loves her. I think he's going to go to the ends of the earth. Well, he already has went around the world to find her. But I think he's going to go to the ends of the earth to please her. And I also think that Hazel really would just like to have a girlfriend, but she knows because she's with Tariq, she's got to bring the girl into their relationship too, or he probably won't allow it. But I think she would rather have her and the girlfriend, separate. Scorpio is very intense, very passionate, but very quiet. They're very good at manipulating things. They're very intuitive. Cancer is extremely sensitive. They go nutty around full moons. They want the home and the family, but they are over the top emotional. And so you put these two together, two water signs that are supposed to actually be very compatible. But I think they're both at fault with the drama. I can't lay it just on Natalie. What we see is her being more explosive and more emotional, more open because she's a Cancer. Scorpios can have a poker face and not really even show if they're upset. You see him sitting in his chair, rolling his eyes, but not saying anything. But he's probably a step ahead of her in different situations. And he got her the day they were supposed to get married. Scorpios can be very revengeful. Calling off the wedding the day before, that's a Scorpio move. Okay. You don't mess with the Scorpio. They're always going to win. So Mike will always win, and he'll leave Natalie like on an emotional roller coaster ride. But here's what she does is she pushes the buttons. When things go too smoothly and everybody's getting along and everybody's happy, she'll bring something up just to stir the pot because she's an emotional mess to begin with. You know, I think that she has sacrificed some things to be there. She's not exactly happy with where she's at. And so she's picking at things. And a lot of the things that she's talking about are not even really what the real issue is. But she will consistently pick and pick and pick. There will never be peace in that household. Those two will eventually break up. And what's going to happen is they're going to try to find their way back to each other. Then they're going to break up again. And then they're going to find their way back. And then they'll finally eventually break up. Yeah, it's almost like a thing that they're both drama filled, even though he doesn't seem like it. But there's drama, and they feed off it. And they say, I don't want any drama. I don't want any drama. But if there's no drama, she's going to create some. Or he's going to push her buttons, or he's going to make her feel insecure. And the worst thing that you could do for a Cancer is to make them feel insecure because they want answers now. If you noticed in the show, Natalie kept wanting, are we getting married? Are we getting married? What is your decision? I need to know. They want answers now so they can relax. And he's manipulating the situation. Knew all along probably that he was going to go through with this, but he was messing with her. Virgo, Brandon, likes to please everybody. He wants to be there for everybody and placate. So he's trying to placate mom and daddy, trying to placate Julia, and it gets him in a lot of trouble. Rather than standing up and opening up his mouth, what'll happen is he will try to create peace and make everybody happy, and then he ends up getting screwed. So he needs to take a stand, which I think we've seen a little bit more of that toward the end of the season. Julia's a Libra, so she's going to like nice things. This is going to be an expensive wife. This is going to be high maintenance wife. Even though she may not appear it as much as Yara, she has high expectations for her life, for her marriage, etc. So I think he's going to be led by her. Normally Libras are the followers, but in this case, I think she's the leader. As long as the parents are kind of out of the picture and they're not as much of influence they were, this couple has a great chance of lasting. I feel like obviously this is a relationship that's done. We don't even need to make a prediction on that, but it was bad from the start because I feel like these two were ill-matched, astrologically too. You know, she being a water sign, being a Pisces, she needs romance, compassion, caring, and to feel like she's number one. He being a fire sign, come on, let's get moving, let's get there, get on this plane, do this, do that, can be very demanding, very bossy, and it comes across like it's all about him. And then I think he kind of lost interest. So then I feel like he got interest again and then kind of lost interest. But I think they both will have kind of a bad taste in their mouth after this relationship and will probably never, ever communicate or talk again. Yeah, this is her rebound man. Okay, Sagittarius and Pisces, there's a square astrologically between these two signs. So if you spend too much time together, it doesn't work, but he will be easier to deal with than Andrew. I think he'll be a lot of fun. He'll be very charming. They'll have a lot in common, I feel, but there's a square. And so if you have 7 days in a week, 4 are lovely. You get along great. The other 3, you want to choke each other. So as long as they don't spend all the time together, I think that they'll have fun. But I really think this is kind of like her rebound man. I think she's got more relationships ahead. And by the way, Amira is going to have a great year in 2022. I think we're going to see more of her. She may be brought back for something. If the technicalities of it can happen, she may be brought back.